Hey YouTube, it's TD here again. I told you I was gonna do my pajama day today, honey, and just kind of relax. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm trying to get my computer in a good spot. But anyway, so I was watching, I only watch YouTube. I got TikTok, but I think one of my grandkids must have gave me that because I don't know how to get on there. Um but anyway, so I was watching on YouTube, and the lady, I think her name is Gail Lewis. She's Candy Burris' friend, and she caught her husband after almost 30 years of marriage, um, messing around. And a few months ago, it might have been over a year ago. I think maybe it was over a year ago. I talked about marriages looking different than they did back in the day. I talked about how one of my friends had a daughter whose husband was bisexual, and and how it worked out for them. He doesn't mess around, but he was bisexual. And so I talked about that, and some women were so very offended under that, they were triggered. But I wasn't saying that you need to get a bisexual husband. My whole point was, at this age, and when I look at younger women, their marriages are looking different than women of my age group. Their marriages don't look like our marriages, like where we'll run, and even with my guy, I fix his plate, I cook, I fix his plate, then I clean up after him. When I wash, I fold his clothes. Young women, the millennial women, are not doing these kind of things anymore, and we're still, like losing our losing our marriages. So I'm just trying to figure out. I don't know. Are we doing something wrong? Because I watched the lady on YouTube, and somebody had posted it. Jamie, that's me, posted it. And I watched all of it while I was at work yesterday. And she said she actually asked her husband, "Have I not been a good wife? I know I'm getting older." So is he though, but he has money. But she's like, "I know I'm getting older, and I'm trying to keep myself up. What is it?" He's been messing with this woman, the other woman, for over 2 years. That's not messing around. That's a whole relationship. And so she said that he told her, you could see other people and now understand. Would he have really understood? Because I would have picked him up on it. I would have been like, because he said he didn't want a divorce, because he didn't want to lose what they had built. And for me at this age, I wouldn't have lost what I built either. I would have been like, okay, you do your thing and I'm gonna do my thing. You're gonna be on the south side of town, I'm gonna be on the north side of town. You know, and we still good. We still cool. She went on and divorced him and everything, but I don't know if that was the right thing to do. I guess in her heart she feels like, hey, we couldn't get this back. But my thing, this lady sleeping with him, go find you somebody and still spend his money, because she didn't work, from what Gail said from her mouth. She doesn't work anywhere, and that's okay too. But if and that's even more reason that I probably would have done it differently. She lived in, but everybody doesn't want to be comfortable. But to me, at our age, she might not be as old as me, but at 58, I can't see, because those of you that have been watching, that I left my husband after 30 years, but he never made me comfortable, because he always had such bad drug addiction. So he never made me comfortable. This one, he was comfortable. Like my guy now, he has the means for me to be comfortable, and I can't see just I don't know, I just can't see leaving him for if he started another relationship. We've talked about it, and I've been like, I told him, hey, if you feel like that you're not getting enough physically, let me know and we could talk about it. And he might have to do something different, but I'm not gonna give up what I got because he's doing something different with somebody else. You know what I mean? As long as we have an understanding about it. But that's just for me. That just works for me. Some people feel like it's infidelity. I'm not going to fool with it at all. But that's not a deal breaker for me. I my very first husband, we were 18. I was 18. He was 18, 19. He was 21. And he was a man that messed around, but he was military. He was able to take care of me. And I worked, but he was able to pay out the bills, but I left him because he messed around. But at this age of 58, as long as the woman is not calling me and stuff like that, and I think I would really want to know who she was, because I want to get an STD check. I want to know what her intentions are. And to be honest, and this is what I told my guy, I would want their relationship to be transactional. She needs to be the only one, but you need to make sure you give her gifts so she'll know you're not coming into my spot, and you'll know there's not going to be any love there. This is purely transactional, it's purely physical. But I know everybody doesn't think that way, but I just feel like in today's time that relationships cannot just look traditional like they once did. I feel like in today's time, I'm sorry, y'all, I'm hot. In today's time, we have to do what's best for us. What might be best for your relationship might not be good for my relationship. And I understand that everybody has their own BS level of what they could take. Like when I watched the video with Gail, she said that she was willing to go to counseling and stuff, and she wanted to sell the house and move somewhere else and start over. And her husband was willing to do that. But when she asked him, "Are you going to leave the other woman alone?" He told her no. He told her no. And that's when she decided that the marriage was over. But he also told her, I'm going to give you 3 to 6 months to get yourself together. But he still was going to be paying all the bills. And so my thing is this: maybe she should have thought about just opening her marriage on up. Okay, you and I are not going to be intimate anymore, but we're going to still stay life partners, for the comfort of it. We're going to stay life partners for the comfort of it. But you do your thing and I'm going to do my thing, and we could or we're not going to discuss it. But why should I give up 30 years of comfort because you started seeing a younger woman? I mean, she helped to mold and build this man 30 years. She was calling the airport, from what she said. She called the airport to see when he would be getting in so she could have his dinner ready. But that's how women of our age do. We might not call the airport, but most of the time we're going to try to make sure their dinner is ready and pretty fresh when they get in. And I saw, like, "Jamie, that's me." And she was like, "I wouldn't have dared do that. He better get something on the way." But the millennials and Generation Z, their relationships look different. Now, Generation Z, they're a mess. But the millennials, they're more professional women. And we're professional too, in Generation X and baby boomers. We're professional too, but we were still raised to be old fashioned and old timey. And so, therefore, man, let me talk to you in just a second. Come in just a minute, ma'am. And so, because we were raised to be, sorry, y'all, that was my son Malachi, one with schizoaffective disorder. I'll let him back in just a minute. But because we were raised to be, to make sure they're comfortable, to fix their plate, to ask them, "What do you want for dinner?" And maybe that's the wrong thing to do. I don't know. I don't know. For me, that works out for me and my, for what I want to do. And that works out for my guy, but but because that's just who I am. I couldn't see myself saying, "You better grab you something to eat." A lot of times he takes me to high-end restaurants and stuff, but I don't want to do that all the time. I prefer to cook at home. But I don't know, y'all. I just don't know. What do y'all think is the right thing to do. But it might not be to let your mate see somebody else, but because definitely not to bring somebody else in y'all's bedroom. But for some women that work. But for me that wouldn't work. But I'm a jealous woman. But I don't know. I just think that now in my age group that the marriage has to look however we want it to look. Like my guy, he wants to get married. Even if we get married, I'm still gonna come home 3 or 4 days out of the week, and that's one of our sticking points why we haven't done it, because I'm gonna come home 3 or 4 days out of the week. I don't just want to stay over at his house all the time. I like to come, relax. Plus, I want to check on my baby, on my son, and so I'm gonna come home. And so, but I feel like that's why I always say 60% business, 40% love, because nowadays, and especially at my age, we have to negotiate how our marriages or how our relationships are going to look. And younger women, I think they're already negotiating how their relationships are going to look. But I don't know, y'all. I don't know. But I just feel like I wish the lady would have, I'm not sure if she's going to get out of this from the divorce what she deserves. And she could have just stayed married to him, started traveling, because now he got another woman. So you don't got to cook for him if you don't want to. You ain't got to clean for him. Clean your house. He can be an inhabitant in it, or he may not be. Clean your house and come and go as you please. Her kids are grown, and enjoy her life. And if she don't want to see a male, she could always join a group to travel with, and she's got friends with money, and they got money. She could be traveling. So I don't know, y'all. I just don't know. But I think I would have did that different. And I might be wrong. Don't drag me, y'all. But we can talk about it. Let's talk about it and let me know what you think about it. But thanks for listening, y'all. This has been TD here. And y'all know I'm doing pajama day today. I told you that this morning if y'all watched the video this morning. But this has been TD here. Thank you so much for watching me. Trying to grow my channel. Please share, like, please subscribe. And thanks again, because y'all could be anywhere but watching the old lady. Thank y'all. Bye.